All right. What's up, guys? John here, Titan Talk Tuesday. Going on the Titan Medical 2.0 page today. Back up. I want to drive some traffic to this page. Give it some love because I've been on the regular Titan Medical Center page for the last couple of weeks. So I don't want to leave this one out as well. So hopefully everybody got my online notifications. If everybody didn't get over to this page, don't worry. We're going to post on the Titan Medical Center page the full show so people can see it there too as well. I've got a great show for you guys. I'm going to talk about some good things today. So I hope you guys are ready. So let's get into it. And thank you guys for joining me earlier than usual. My son's got a basketball game at 6:30, so I want to get in tight and talk with you guys and not just put it to the side and not do it. So at that point, thank you guys for joining me early. And some of you guys, if you guys missed the show live, hopefully you guys are watching it now. And at that point, you guys will see all the great things. What up, Rod? How you doing? BMOC, Mike Schaefer in the house. Andrew, what's going on? I hope all is well. And Rod, big show this last week, and I hope everything was good, but man, it was crazy there. Titan Medical, the best. Help me reach my goals. Mike Schaefer, that's what I'm talking about, man. Let me know what you hit, man. What were the goals that you were trying to achieve that we helped you out with? I'd like to share that with everybody too as well. I love to hear from you guys that are patients about the therapies you were taking or the goals that you achieved, things that we helped you out with to make you feel better, look better, perform better, hopefully, all right? Or even recover better. That was a big one. You know, a lot of people are injured nowadays or have injuries. BBC 157, TBF 500, I don't know how many people I've talked about with these peptides, but game changers all the way through and through. But today, we're going to talk about the therapy of the week, which is Cupid's candy, so our PT-141. Well, PT-141 is the what we're going to talk about here. Now, PT-141 does come in Cupid's candy. And in Cupid's candy, it does have tadalafil, which is Cialis, and it has oxytocin, the bonding hormone. But PT-141 by itself is FDA approved. So it's FDA approved for female libido enhancement, but it works on males just as well. And how does it work, right? Because it's a libido enhancer. And when people think about libido enhancers, they think about erectile dysfunction pills. So they think about Viagra or Cialis, or there's a couple other ones out there, right? But PT-141 is in a whole different category of itself, right? It's not a vasodilator. So when we talk about Viagra or Cialis or those ED medications, we talk about vasodilation, blood flow, and vascular system, where PT-141 is pretty cool because it's a game changer as it works in the nervous system. So true libido effect mentally. So it's awesome as far as that goes. Now, a lot of girls are not physically driven like guys, right? Us guys, we're see, feel, touch. That's what usually turns us on. And that's really how some of these different things start working in the body, right? Where PT-141 works a whole different way and function. So with this, more females out there or more mentally driven. That's why girls are like, oh, he's funny, haha, I like him. Or he's very intelligent. Oh, this is so great. I like the nerdy guys. You know, it is what it is. So that's kind of the difference in guys versus girls. That's why men are from Mars and women are from Venus, right? So with this, when we talk about PT-141, it can come in a number of different transportation rates. That means the way that you can take it. So this can be taken orally through a troche, right? And like I said, it can be mixed with tadalafil and oxytocin to give you a really, really crazy effect. Or if you're just looking just for the regular PT-141 effect, which is excellent by itself, you can put that in a troche. Now, it comes in an injectable too as well. And the injectable version is the FDA-approved version, right? The oral version works just as good, but you don't get as much absorbency. So, with a troche, you're going to absorb probably 60, 70%. With the injectable, you're talking about 80, 90% or higher. And it's one little injection with a subcutaneous needle. So a little insulin needle is the way that you can do the injection. And it works, right? This is a great one. And there's been previous medications that have been FDA approved for the female libido enhancement that haven't worked as good. And that's why this one's really a game changer. And it's a peptide, right? The other medications out there are not peptides. So this is really cool where it is a peptide. When we talk about peptides, we talk about all the different things out there. With these peptides, they can be, for healing, they can be for weight loss, but this one specifically is for libido enhancement. So really, really cool stuff. So with this, you can use this as far as for couples. You both can use this together, singly. You can use it by yourself, or your partner can use it by themselves if they want to. So if you're a guy per se, and let's say you're on HRT, right, as a guy, this will rev things up as far as libido, sex drive, and all that. But sometimes the partners are not on these different replacements or enhancements or whatever you want to call them. And they want, they want to rev up too. And some of them are lacking in that department because of age or, stress or whatever is going on in their body as far as that goes. That's, not making them feel the best they possibly can. And, not feeling the best you possibly can, you don't feel as confident. You don't feel as sexy, right? And women have the little issue with this as well. Men are more, I don't really care as long as I can get, the erection and I'm ready to go. Females are not like that. So with this, it will definitely help them too. And most females out there, I think it was a high percentage of females cannot achieve orgasm. This may actually help you achieve orgasm too as well. So with that, there's definitely some big benefits out there. And like if you and your partner are not having the relations in the bedroom like you want to, it's time to look for some different routes in which you guys can do to really help out the situation. And that's where PT-141 really can help out. It can help both partners or one partner or whatever it may be. And if you're a guy or a girl, you can use the different other medications along with it to enhance. So like I was talking about, Cupid's candy, where we talk about PT-141 working on the nervous system. And then you have tadalafil, which is Cialis, working on the vascular system. Then you have oxytocin working on the bonding, right? And that's a bonding hormone that can bring down inhibitions. It can help you guys talk and communicate. And I think that's key with everything. Whether you're communicating what you guys want to do together more, maybe in the bedroom or outside the bedroom, or you guys just want to feel closer and have those conversations, it can really help along with this. Now, it's really crazy because, when we orgasm, when we get to that point in climax, guys and girls are a little bit different, right? Where there's chemicals that get released after climaxing. For guys, it's more of a hormone that gets released as far as, when we kind of roll over, we get tired and kind of go to sleep. In females, it's totally different, where they get more energy per se, or they want to talk. That's why, they want to hug, they want to caress afterwards and cuddle, or guys are like, hey, listen, let me turn over and go to sleep. So it's really, really cool in how this works. It's definitely been a game changer all the way around. It's been for a long time now. I think this has been FDA approved for like 2 years now, maybe more. So it's really a game changer out there. Not a lot of people really know about it, and a lot of people deal with sexual frustrations or, not be able to perform or not be able to get in the mood like they want to. And that's where this really takes cake and can help you guys along with your relationship. Because listen, obviously, bedroom activities are not everything in a relationship. It shouldn't be, right? You guys should be mentally stimulated, physically stimulated, and emotionally stimulated by your partner. So it is one part of it though, right? We want to have mental stimulation, mental attraction, connection. We want to have physical stimulation and physical attraction, connection. And this can bring out emotions and all these other things along with it. So with that, PT-141 is definitely a game changer for guys and girls. This can be injected or it can be taken orally. So you've got some different ways that you guys can take this medication where you guys can get the benefits from it, okay? With this medication too, you don't need to do any blood testing at all. All you have to do is fill out the new patient paperwork, which you can easily do on the website. And then after that, you'll have a consultation with our medical provider where they're going to go over all your family history, health history, and what you're trying to achieve and your goals and such. And if you say, listen, I want a better sexual life, I want a better bedroom life, relations, this one can definitely help out. And there's other ones we have too, if you don't want to try this one, but this one's definitely a game changer as well. So if you guys are interested in PT-141 and enhancing your bedroom relations with your partner, this one could definitely take cake and you guys can both utilize this together. And that's more of a bonding thing too. You guys can take it together, but hey, how'd you feel on this? How are you feeling? Are we feeling good? Yes, awesome. And then you guys can get, down to business and really take advantage of each other, right? Okay. All right. So Mike Schaefer said, help me perform better in the gym and live a healthier lifestyle, making my thoughts and motivation positive. Mike Schaefer, you hit it right in the head. That's what it's all about too. Performing better inside the gym, outside the gym, right? And helping you live a more healthier lifestyle, right? And having that positive motivation there. A lot of people get down on themselves, whether they have, decline in their hormones, which brings their attitude or even their mindset down, and they're depressed, or they don't feel good about themselves, self-confident wise, and this can really bring that back up to par. Okay. All right. So I appreciate you definitely doing this for sure. All right. So next one. Can someone travel with the injectable version of PT-141? If so, how long can it not be refrigerated? So yes, Antonio, great question. You can definitely travel with PT-141. Now, you know how long it's going to be good when you travel and it's not refrigerated. You know, you could probably travel with probably about 24 hours. You know, you don't want this staying out for days at a time. I know some people though, like, you know, they take it out of the refrigerator, they take an injection, they forget it on their counter, and they come back 6 or 8 hours later. Is this going to be bad for the medication, or is it going to hurt you? No, definitely not. If you leave it out for days and days at a time, it's in direct sunlight, it may degrade the medication as far as the potency, but it's not going to go down to zero. Okay. It's not going to do anything where, you know, it gets disrupted or, you know, you can't use it anymore. Like I said, it's really easy to do as far as travel with it too as well. I travel with all my medications, and, you know, some are refrigerated. Let's say it's like Nectar of the Gods or Triimmune or glutathione or something of that sort. And it's really getting like one of your little coolers, you know, and, you know, putting an ice pack in there. And at that point, put in your luggage. You can put on your carry-on or your check bag. And I usually put in my check bag. And what I do is I'll get the cooler. And let me show you real quick. Give me a second. So this is one of the ones that I travel with personally, right? It's real simple and easy. It's definitely got a hard little shell in it too as well. So just in case, right? Now, the hard shell is on the inside. This is not hard. But you can put it in here and put it with an ice pack, right? And then at that point, what I do is after that, because, you know, whether you're traveling with a cooler or not, if you have something coldest inside it, you're going to get condensation. And it might get a little moisture on the outside. Now, if you have this in your carry-on or your travel bag that you checked in there, and you're traveling from 4 to 6 hours to stay on a plane, it's hot down there, wherever it's located. You don't want that condensation to get on your clothes. I don't. So at that point, what I do is I get 2 plastic bags, Publix or shopping bags or whatever it is. I put this into both bags, right? And then I'll tie it, knot it. And at that point, I'll put it in my bag. So condensation is never going to hit your clothes. If something does happen, let's say medication breaks, whatever, which it shouldn't, it's not going to get all over your clothes and you'll be good to go. So that's the way that I travel with the medications. Pretty easy, pretty simple. So I hope that's answered your question. Yeah, it's on this weekend for sure. Yeah, Jay Jacobs in the house. What's going on, brother? I hope all is well. So yeah, so PT-141 is definitely a game changer. It does need to be refrigerated after you basically mix the medication up. So once you do that and you put it in the fridge, you're probably going to want to refrigerate it after that, okay, just to keep potency and such. But like I said, if you leave it out 6 to 8 hours, is it going to kill the potency all the way? Probably not. So you're going to be good to go, all right? And even if you left it out per se a day or two, it's still not going to be bad, okay? Potency might go down a little bit, but it's nothing going to be like crazy where you're not going to get any effect out of it, or it's going to be spoiled or ruined. So that's just a little information from me to you guys. All right. So let's talk about the next subject of the day. If you have any questions, please shoot them out to me. So the next one is daily multivitamin linked to lower cognitive decline in older adults, study suggests. So this is really, really cool because I've heard a lot of different things going back and forth about supplementation, whether it's multivitamins or whatever it may be, and they have no use whatsoever, right? I've heard this in a lot of different articles. I've seen some little studies on this, but this one's a really big study. So this one was over 3,000 people, right? And over 3 years. This was a controlled study too as well. So this is a controlled study that gave one portion of the study the multivitamins, and the other portion of the study placebo. It was cocoa extract or something like that. And then the other third portion was flavorals. Now, originally the study was supposed to be done on flavorals. And flavorals are something, as far as that goes, which they said that can help people. They can help people as far as cognitive decline. But they wanted to test this out and research it. So this is really cool to me. You know, I like this, and controlled studies even better. So with this, the study basically said that in a 3-year-long randomized trial, over 2,200 study participants were split into 3 groups. Like I said, the control group assigned a placebo, a group assigned a daily flavanol supplement, and a final group who took a combined multivitamin and a mineral tablet, which included flavanols. Okay? And flavanols are naturally occurring compounds that have been shown to protect against conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, and some cancers. So this is really, really cool. So when they did this study, all right, it actually showed that the people that took the multivitamins actually had a slower decline in cognitive function and actually increased their cognitive function. And this is a big one, right? And this study was actually published in the Alzheimer's and Dementia, the Journal of Alzheimer's Association. So this is a very, very well-known publication too as well. So with this, I mean, this is what I like to see. When people tell me, oh, it works, doesn't work, you know, yes, everybody's different though. Things can work, but true placebo effect can happen. So, I mean, they've proven this where, you know, somebody thinks it's going to work, this is going to work one way, or it's helping somebody, they take it. And by research purposes, whether it's blood work or other things that were studied, they really see no change in these things. Where in this study, they've seen change in these things. So, you know, I think that's a big one. And, you know, they basically said this for older people. But younger people would probably get the same benefit out of this that older people would. I don't understand what the difference would be if I was 25 years old or 65 years old. Except for 65 years old, my body's went through way more wear and tear, is on the decline. And 25 years old, it's not going to be on the decline as much, right? Or hasn't went through as much wear and tear as a 65-year-old person has. So with this, you know, I really do think it's a really cool thing. I think that obviously multivitamins are beneficial all the way across the board. Do I think that oral multivitamins or supplementation are the best? Probably not. But do I think they're better than nothing? Yes, I do. In some cases, and depending on where it's coming from and who is supplying it and what's in it, as far as all the other things like fillers and all the other stuff. But I do think that, you know, a multivitamin supplementation, whether it's injectable or oral, is going to do some sort of benefit for the person taking it. You know, with us, you know, going out and being in the environment that we're in, we're facing all these different challenges. Our body is fighting off a lot of different things that it's never really supposed to be fighting off or hasn't been. Oh, yeah, Pat Roos, I'll be now next Friday unless the hurricane hits. Hopefully the hurricane does not hit. Praying that it doesn't, right? So, you know, with this, if you guys have been on the fence about taking a multivitamin, and Titan Complete is probably one of our closest multivitamin therapies that you can get that's injectable. You're going to get high transportation rate, high absorbency. That means it's getting the body really quick and fast, and you're absorbing a lot of what's coming in. So really, really cool stuff. So if you were thinking about possibly you're on the fence about taking a multivitamin or some sort of supplementation that's going to benefit you, then really I think this is going to be the way to go, 100%. And taking maybe Titan Complete or starting with an oral of some sort. Just, you know, working way up there. You know, people are like, oh, you know, I'll take Flintstone vitamins. Like, well, they might have some sort of benefit. I don't know. I mean, I don't think any research has been done on Flintstone vitamins itself, but as far as a multivitamin, you know, I think that's the way to go. You know, the next one. Let's talk about the next one here. So the next one was Forever Chemicals. So Forever Chemicals are here with us, right? And Forever Chemicals have got the name because they're hard to break down chemicals. And these Forever Chemicals are usually called PFAS. And they're in everything. They're in our drinking water, they're in our food, they're in the air, right? And you're saying, well, John, like I've never really known about Forever Chemicals. So you deal with Forever Chemicals every single day of your life. And let me explain, because you're like, John, I don't deal with no Forever Chemicals every day. Yes, you do. And maybe you're not even aware of it. So that's the thing that we really want to bring to your attention, or I do anyway. Because, you know, when I read about this, I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago, I'm like, oh my God, this is pretty serious. And the first time I ever read about it was I read about it about clothing. And it had to do with Adidas and Nike clothing, right? And this is something that I wear all the time, right? I'm in a Nike shirt here. You know, I've got a whole bunch of Nike pants. You know, I've got a whole bunch of Adidas stuff. I've got Under Armour stuff, you know, and, you know, you think that some of this stuff is so cool, right? Like, repellent, right? Like water repelled pants. So, you know, when something drops on my Nike pants or my Under Armour pants, it beads up, okay? And it goes off, right? It doesn't soak in. This is because of forever chemicals. This is a forever chemical that's on there. It's a stain resistant, water resistant chemical that goes on the pants that basically makes it so, if, you know, water gets on it, it beads off, so it's repelled. You know, but there are other things in there that we need to talk about. So when we talk about this, the best thing to do to get away from forever chemicals is eat at home. That's one of the first things because, you know, whether you like it or not, forever chemicals are in a lot of different packaging that's out there. So when we talk about pizza packaging, right? You get your frozen pizza, it has that non-stick in there. All the non-stick pans that you're using out there, forever chemicals. You know, and you're thinking, man, like this sucks because the non-stick pans are awesome. You don't have to put no butter in there. You don't got to spray no Pam in there. And, you know, you cook it and it comes right out and it doesn't stick to that pan. You're not scrubbing your pan, trying to get it out. Well, that's a forever chemical that's on there. And it's pre or polyfluoroalkyl substance. That's what PFAS means. It's a man-made substance. And like I said, it's common in a lot of different things. And peer-reviewed studies have linked these PFASs to cancers, decreased fertility, thyroid disease, and developmental delay. So there's a lot of different things that are affecting your day-to-day life or going to affect our future generation, whether it's our kids, our grandkids, even us, right? We have this in here, so it is what it is. It's really, really crazy. You know, unsafe levels of these things are all over the place too as well. We're talking about in our rainwater and in our soil. So we're dealing with this every day. So the big thing is eat at home without minimal grease resistant packaging. Like I said, pizza boxes, microwave, popcorn bags, right? Wrappers or grease resistant paper. These are all things that have forever chemicals in it. Restaurants and fast food chains may use these packagings more than grocery stores do. 2019 study found that people had lower PFAS levels in their blood after eating at home and higher levels after eating fast food or at restaurants because majority of these places are using these types of packaging or pans per se to cook on. And we're getting the worst out of it, right? The scratch nonstick pans, like I said, those are big ones that have the coating on there for nonstick cookware that usually contains the PFASs. Your carpet, stain resistant fabrics, like I was talking about, our clothing, but even carpet, right? It's really cool in some of the carpet that we've had. Even my last house, I don't have any carpet in my new house here. It's all laminate. But the old house I had carpet all over. Really, really cool. Scotch Guard. I was like, man, this is awesome. You could literally throw grape juice on it, red wine on it, and it wouldn't soak in, right? You could literally like get a towel and get it all out without any stains. Really cool. But like I talked about, forever chemicals are in this. And like I said, it takes a long time for these things to even break down. So these are things that are, you know, getting absorbed into our system per se. Maybe we're walking out with our bare feet. You know, you're on the ground playing with your dog. Your pets, your fur animals, getting these things too as well are affecting them. Vacuum, dust, and open windows. So the best thing you could possibly do is vac, dust, and open your windows to get these things out. PFAS accumulate in dust, which lingers in the air and allows humans to breathe the chemical into their lungs. So we're taking these things in just by breathing in the environment, whether it's our house, maybe outside, another business per se, whatever it may be. These are things that we're taking in. By dusting and vacuuming regularly along with opening windows to allow for airflow and ventilation, you can keep dust levels low in your home and reduce the amount of PFAS that you inhale. Test and maybe treat your drinking water. So you can look at different ways in these things. Now, the other one that I would really think about is bottled water. Think about this, okay? Bottled water. Now, have you ever drank bottled water that tastes really funny to you? You're like, man, this tastes funny. Think about where the bottled water came from. Now, some companies use really, really cheap plastics that have these PFAS in them. Most of them do, and some have better quality bottles. So for me, I drink Evian. That's probably the best one out there, right? As far as bottle wise, as the bottle. And then you talk about cheap brands, right? Your off generic brands of water that you see. these will actually have probably more in them or get secreted into the water. Now, these chemicals can get secreted in the water by a number of different ways. We're just sitting there, but the big one is heat. So being here in Florida, you can go past gas stations, and gas stations might have cases of water outside the gas stations. And you see this all the time. That heat is direct, that sunlight's directly on it. Do a test. I don't want you to drink a lot of it, but if you leave a bottle of water in your car and it's real, real hot, and you taste that water afterwards, it tastes real chemically, that's what a PFAS tastes like. So me, I know right away. If I taste anything, I can taste it right away. It's out. Because these other chemicals can mess with your endocrine system. So we're talking about different hormones or suppressing or increasing, like estrogen. That's one big one right away that you can really think about that may be increased by these chemicals. The other one, this is more for girls, I guess. Check before you buy your cosmetics. Last year, a group of researchers published the results of testing 231 cosmetic products in the US and Canada for PFAS. More than half the products contain indicators of the chemicals. So these things are in what you're wearing on your face. Ladies, guys out there, if you're wearing makeup, you might be putting this directly on your face, which is absorbing into your body. Products highlighting with potential risks of human health, such as PFAS, like Teflon. They also maintain a map where you can check if you live near a PFAS contamination site. So there's different sites out there that have these things in it that you may be living close to that you could be getting affected by your health. You don't want this, right? And you should at least know and be educated about what's around you in your environment to make things better for you. Yeah, that was another one. Wow. There's different cosmetics out there that do not have these things in there too as well. So there are other alternatives out there for you guys. So I just want to bring this up for you guys because I think it's really important to know these things. You should know where these things are coming from, where these things are around you, and maybe how to exclude a lot of these things or lower or minimal as far as when you're coming into contact with these things. So just remember PFAS. And if you want to learn more about this, look it up yourself and read about this. And maybe you guys will come to the conclusion and some of the different things you're doing in your daily routine that you can take away or take out and hopefully help your health. Because that's what I'm here to help you guys do. I want to make sure you guys are looking good, feeling good, and performing better. With Titan Medical Center therapies, obviously, in your daily lifestyle, but it's also going to be a healthy lifestyle. And that includes your environment or what you're putting into your body or around your body, right? So these are different things that you guys need to look into so you guys can live a healthier life and hopefully a longer life and not having to get some of the different things that are out there, possibly cancer and all these different things. It's horrible, right? And you look at different things these days, it's like cancer can come from anywhere, right? I mean, cancer comes from this, and you hear it all the time. But we really need to look at the chemicals that we're putting onto our body because that's a big issue, right? All right, so let's talk about, did you guys know that we have libido enhancers for males and females? This is the poll question, guys. So 24% yes, I do and use Titan libido therapies, 24%. 32% said no, I did not know that. Wow, I can't believe this. 34% or 32% said this. So that's a good amount as far as the number wise who did not know that we have libido enhancers for both males and females out there. I mean, it's a big one. I think that's the biggest one of all. Who doesn't like to have better bedroom relations or activity with their partner? Who doesn't want to be Superman or Wonder Woman in the bedroom with their partner? You don't want to knock their socks off, man. They're going to remember this one. I'm going to put it on them for sure, right? So, this is something you guys really need to look into. And this doesn't mean that, you have to have a problem to take these things. You might want to just up your game one night. Maybe it's your anniversary. Maybe it's, Valentine's Day coming up, whatever it may be. Maybe you guys are getting a weekend alone without the kids. You're taking the vacation away. You want to have the best experience possible. Maybe you guys are going to go have some drinks. And as guys, maybe we might not perform as good as we do when we had some drinks. This can definitely help you guys out. Step up your game. You can have the confidence. Because, even with guys, girls, I think it's a little bit easier as far as sexual activity because they're not, having to have the erection and stuff like that. But, with guys, it could be a mental game or a physical game. So the physical game could be on point, right? There might be nothing wrong with your physical body and the flow and blood flow and all this, but mentally, your confidence might not be there, and this could affect your physical game down low. So this will get your mental game strong and your physical game strong all in one light, because you'll know going in, hey, listen, I'm ready to rock and roll no matter what the circumstance is. Let's do this, okay? All right, so let's get down. And 44% no, but do they actually work? Really? So these are prescribed medications, guys. There's no over-the-counter stuff. There's no snake oil stuff. I mean, these things are prescribed to do exactly what we say they're going to do. And at that point, all these things that we're talking about are FDA approved. There's clinical studies behind these things too as well. So if you ever had a doubt, just try one. I guarantee you guys will get over those doubts real quick. A lot of people, they have doubts about it and they try it and they call back like, I want like 30 of these things. I'm like, oh my God, man. Like, are you going to be having sex every day or what's going on here? Like, I want to be ready. I want to be, I'm like, okay, all right, no problem. We'll definitely help you out there. All right. So Titan events coming up 2022. And man, this year is coming by quick. 10/22, we've got the Hurricane Pro, St. Petersburg, Florida. We'll be there, Tim Gardner Productions, along with them. Rocket and Roll, it'll be a pro-am show. So pro, IFBB, bodybuilders are going to be there, along with amateur NPC ones. Titan Medical Center will be there, giving out free good Titan gear, t-shirts, bags, and a whole bunch of cool stuff. Plus, we'll be there so you guys can talk with us, take pictures with us, mingle with us, and see what the Titan lifestyle is all about. 11/6, Festival of Speed at the Ritz-Carlton in Orlando, Florida. We'll be taking a drive down there. Hopefully we'll have the new Hellcat with us, but we will be taking the vehicles, getting a nice setup down there. Always a great time. That property is beautiful. The Ritz-Carlton has a beautiful name. Always has beautiful properties, and the cars will be spread out all on that property, and there's going to be some very, very high-end cars. It's not like a little car show. This is all high-end vehicles, supercars, exotics only mostly. All right. After that, 12/3, Cars and Couture with Donna Crowley and Lux Fashion Group. They'll be putting that together for us. We'll be the title sponsor and presenter. Having some really, really awesome fashions coming along with that. We just got done doing 2 fashion shows last weekend and the weekend before. This last weekend with Jason Skeldon, the weekend before with Donna Crowley for the last event with her. That was really, really good. St. Pete Art and Fashion Week. Really, really cool stuff. We came out, killed it with designs, killed it with content afterwards. I'm really, really happy of everything that went down. All right, 12/15 to 12/18, we'll finish up this year with Olympia. We'll be in Las Vegas, Nevada, rocking and rolling at the Olympia Expo. You'll see us. We're bringing all the Titans, all the Titanettes out there to have a great time, to represent, and to show you guys what the Titan lifestyle is all about, and give you guys a whole bunch of cool stuff. Free t-shirts, tank tops, all kinds of new stuff probably that you guys are going to see out there. We can't wait. It's going to be a hell of an event. It's going to be a special year going back to Las Vegas this year, because the last 2 years, because of COVID and all this stuff, we're in Orlando, which I didn't complain about. It was right down the street, a lot easier for us to transport everything. This time we're going to have to ship stuff out there and fly out there with the crew. So it's going to be my first time bringing, I think, this many people out into an event that's going to be out of state. Never did that with that many people before, but it's going to be an interesting event, and I cannot wait. All right, guys, if you guys are not on our newsletter, so the newsletter has this poll in it that we just talked about, and it has all the great other information the Titan Medical Center has, whether it's our events, our therapies, discounts, other cool stuff that you might see in that newsletter that you guys would want to be a part of. What I want you guys to do is when you get done with this, I want you guys to text Titan Medical to the number 22828. So you put in the number 22828, right? 22828. And then in the subject line or the content line, you're going to write Titan Medical. At that point, you're going to be automatically entered in onto the newsletter, and you'll get it weekly. And the weekly newsletter is going to have all the great information that we're talking about here and more. So you guys, I promise you guys will love it. You guys, I think, will take full advantage of it and get some really, really cool stuff. All right, guys, I appreciate it. I'm going to end this Titan Talk early. I got to get ready for my son's game, so I appreciate all you guys. If you have any questions, concerns, please call or text us, 727-389-3220. You guys can check out all the cool videos and content we have on YouTube. Just go there, type in Titan Medical Center, press the subscribe button, hit the all notification bell so you get all the updates on that. And always keep it locked to social media, our Facebook, our Titan Medical Instagram page, or Titan Medical 2.0 page too as well, plus Twitter, TikTok, and all the other social media platforms out there that we're on. Please keep it locked. You guys can always download the podcast too, wherever podcasts you can download from. You can download the Titan Medical Center, go in there, type in Titan Lifestyle, Titan Medical Center. You guys will find us and be able to listen to all the podcasts. So I appreciate you guys. I'll probably be back on Titan Medical Instagram next week, but I want to show this page some love too. So I love you guys. I appreciate all the support. I'm John, CEO of Titan Medical Center. I love you guys. I appreciate the support, and I'll see you next week on Titan Talk Tuesdays with me, John, CEO of Titan Medical Center. I appreciate you guys.